Dear students, in this unit we will talk about the fossil record which document the history of life. Now, the history of life is very well documented by the fossils. Fossils are the remains or the imprints of dead organisms in the past which existed in the earlier geological periods, and their imprints or their body parts are very well preserved in the sedimentary rocks. Now, fossils are being used to describe the evolution of various groups of organisms. If we take the famous example of dinosaur depicts the importance of fossils. Now, dinosaurs were the ancient reptile which once successfully inhabited this planet Earth. Now, no the animal or the organism of this group of animals exist at the moment. So how do we know about the dinosaurs? Actually, all the information which we get about the dinosaurs is very well preserved in sedimentary rocks in the different parts of the world. And even in Balochistan area of Pakistan, there are the fossils of these dinosaurs are found, which are very well preserved, and they are very ancient. Now, we know there are so many details, so many information of different types of dinosaur. Some of them, they were carnivorous, mean they prey and then they eat other animals, while many of the dinosaur species, they were grazing animals. They used to feed on grass, while we also know that some of the fossils of these dinosaurs shows that there were some species of dinosaurs which used to fly in the air. Now, how do we know when there is no existing dinosaur present on this planet? We know it from the fossil records. They are very well preserved in different sedimentary rocks in different countries of the world. So from that sedimentary rock, from that record, now we know different types of dinosaurs and other animals and plants which are now extinct. Now, the study of fossils is known as paleontology, which solely relies on this preserved remains of organisms as evidence of their past life. In the beginning of these discoveries, fossils were thought of mostly a static part of the rock record, but later on it got its importance when extinct species were identified using those fossils. And the similarities and differences were also recorded based on those fossil record with the existing species. Now, our fossil record tells us about history of life, about what kind of organism existed and where and when they lived. This all is present in different sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks, they are a special kind of rocks which are formed when the oceanic bed or when the environmental changes in the environment took place, and according to that changes, these sedimentary rocks were formed, and it perfectly preserved those animals which were found at that typical period of time. Now, certain organisms appear in the fossil record, then they disappear in the later sedimentary rocks and are replaced by other related species. And even now, all the species which exist at the moment, they are the distant relatives of the extinct species. Scientists identify and demonstrate relationship among fossils in rock layers from different period of geological time. Geological study by the geologist divides Earth history into units of time based on major geologic, climate, and biological events. As you can see here in this diagram, perfectly preserved specimen of a reptile is so perfectly preserved in a sedimentary rock that you can see almost every bone or every hard structure of that organism, including its arms, the bones of arms, its skull, and other bones in their body. Even the tail is very perfectly preserved. So these different kind of fossils are well preserved and are found in different geological times. Now, when we talk about the geological times, eons are the largest divisions of these geological time scale, which started back a billion of years. Eons are divided into subdivided into eras, which where fossil evidence exists, and these divisions are based primarily on organisms that were the characteristics of each and every era. Now, eras are subdivided into large periods or the times, which in turn are composed of small epochs. In the high Himalayan peaks, even in Pakistan, if you visit Murray or some other high areas, including Gilgit, even at the peak of certain mountains, we find fossils of life form that lived in ocean long time ago. This shows that the those sometime in the previous past time, those rocks or the peaks were actually part of the oceans, and with the process of evolution, and at that time when the Indian subcontinent collided with the Asian continent and these Himalayas were formed. So it's give the idea about the history and so much about the Himalayan mountains. In many places, we see evidence that the Earth's atmosphere had to evolve before living things could live on land. In other places, the rocks record reveal mass extinction that occurred when environmental condition changed. For example, there was volcanic eruption or any meteorite, it strike on the earth, and there was a mass extinction at that time. These changes were so rapidly that organisms could not keep pace with the rate of change, and they become extinct. Now, rock rich in fossils represent the oldest subdivision of the Paleozoic era in the Cambrian period. For about 40 million years, evolution was in such high gear with the sudden appearance of many new animal body plans that this period is known as Cambrian radiation or Cambrian explosion.